people wanted some comments on the 177 e-bike from Cube. So let's see if I can do it while riding. I'm a 177 size L. I'm 177 meters. Woo! Lost the front. It's very windy today. Audio's probably terrible. Whoa. Woohoo! Okay. Nice and fun bike. I'd say feels quite lively for a 177 or 170 rather mil bike in terms of travel. Quite stiff. Chain stays a relatively short 443, I think. That's kind of what I was aiming for. Bosch motor, 5th gen, as a lot of us call it. So let's take it up an impossible climb. Really easy to control, really easy to set up also. The app only gives you 2 settings, but you can really set it up easily. So I've asked for all of the power. I always ride in turbo. Sorry, I'm one of those guys. But in terms of, I can't remember what they call it, but let's call it the aggressivity or the sensitivity. I'm on +2. If you do +5, as soon as you touch the crank, the motor goes. And I don't really like that. I find +2 or even 0 to be good. Okay, that's the trail we just did. So I'm on the SLX build. Retails around 5k. I managed to get a discount on it already. So if you get it under 5k, it has to be the best Gen 5 Bosch out there in terms of a deal, because nothing is priced like that. So DJI camera's not cooperating. Never mind. I've changed a lot of stuff, but you don't really need to change that much on it, except that the cranks, well, the bottom bracket is really low. Everyone on the website is saying the same thing as me. It's not just me bitching. So I've got much shorter cranks, 140. That's really exaggerating, but whatever. I tested them and they're fine for me. Big tires. I'm on 2.6s front and back. I think I do prefer the feel of 2.4s, but it just gives you half a centimeter of height at the BB, and that's worth it to me. You could also overextend your fork, but you probably void your warranty if you do that, so I'm not going to recommend doing that. You can also very easily change this headset into a steeper position. That only gives you 2 mils. It's not really worth it that much, but if you put a longer fork, put it in the steep position, you end up with the same head angle as if you had the original fork. So that to me seems like it wouldn't put any problems on the frame. The headset is actually not that bad. I was really worried about internal headset routing. You can just kind of ignore it. I just took away all the stems and the stock stem, put my own one. Really easy to do. Flipping the chips that change the head angle is also pretty easy. You don't need to be too worried about that. Bars and stem, that's all just personal preference. Same with the suspension. I actually found the Fox stuff on the SLX worked really well. I just had planned already to go to full RockShox. A few things to be aware of. I'm not the only one. I changed the shock. I saw another guy replaced or did some tuning on his shock. This thing can creak like crazy. It's quite hard to to put it in properly. So you might need to put something like, I think he told me carbon paste. I put a bunch of tread lock in the treads, obviously, and a little bit on the bush. That's not too bad. Most of the bearing, well, the bolts for the bearings haven't moved for me. I tend to mark them with a little paint pen. That way you don't need to check them with the wrench every time. You can just see that's a trick I saw on Vital. So the other thing that's a bit weird is this cover. Look, it's pretty flimsy. What's nice is you can just pop it out, put a key in, and you get your battery out in 2 seconds. But I think if you lived in a very wet place, I'll try and get it back in with one hand. You know, also very easy to put back in. Look, clearly there's a gap there, so water's going to come in here. So your front wheel is going to be splashing up mud. Mud is going to go in. It's mostly going to run down the inside of your guard, like on mine. And look, my battery is clean, but I don't really live in a wet area most of the time. Someone noticed, and it happened to me. Take the battery out. You can remove the key part of the lock. There's a little bolt in there, and tighten this thing. I think it's a 6mm. That tends to be a little bit loose from the factory. And if your battery's rattling, you just undo these a little bit, push them up, and then tighten them again so that your battery fits snug in there. I don't have the key, so I can't take mine out. Any last tips? I always run this YT Fidlock bottle. It gets me 650 mils of water and fits in the same space as a 400. So that's really good. I do full days out on just that bottle. No, there's usually a fountain. Oh yeah, and the one last thing that's a bit annoying is this thing picks up a load of crap, and they've got a guard, but it only covers this part and it doesn't cover the bearings, which is really stupid. If that thing just extended to here, like that would have made a lot of sense. I haven't changed the seat post. Seat post actually pretty happy with. I changed the wheels. I really don't think I needed to change the wheels. I've seen a few people comment about Newman. I've had some. I broke one, but I still think they're pretty good, especially on the bike that price. Like the weight is pretty good, the engagement is pretty good. They might be a little bit fragile. So this is a new descent. It's not really finished, so I can't hit everything on it. But going down, this bike is really nice. Nice and stiff. Way stiffer than my Giant I had. Now that doesn't necessarily mean faster, but just a bit more precise because of the carbon front triangle, shorter chainstay. Just really easy to put wherever you want. I'd say not as plush as you might expect for a 170mm bike, but you can hit anything, as I'm about to show. That's not finished. That's it. Hope that helps. It's a good bike.